Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we have discussed a simple swing application. In today's session we will continue our discussion of simple swing application. In the last session we have created a simple program which displays a window, that is a JFrame window, along with a label with a message. So I'll just move to the program. So this was the program which we have created in the last session, and this program displays a window. We have created a JFrame here, that is our container. Then we have also created a label with some text which is displayed on the JFrame. So frm.add. So we have created a simple GUI application here in Java Swing with a window and a label. If you look at the code here in the main we are actually calling, or we are creating an object of a class first app. That means whenever we create an object, the constructor is called, that is first app, and this constructor includes the GUI code which is used to create the GUI. So that simply means the GUI here, it is created on the main thread. So main, inside the main we are executing it. So main is creating the GUI here, but it is suggested that all Swing GUI and event handling should be done on event dispatching thread to avoid any potential for deadlock. The GUI and the events needs to be handled on a single thread in that is event dispatching thread. So this is suggested for all the Swing GUI application. Now we will make some modifications in this program to create our GUI on event dispatching thread. All the programs hereafter will use the event dispatching thread to create the GUI. Okay, so let us start how to check how to create a event dispatching thread. To create event dispatching thread, Java provides us with a class called as Swing Utilities. So okay, now what we will do is, instead of creating this object of a class inside main, we will add one more functionality here, that is Swing Utilities class. In Java it is used to create an event dispatching thread, so we will be using Swing Utilities dot. It provides us with the method invoke and wait and invoke letter. So here we are using a method invoke and wait. We will use invoke letter, in bracket we have to send a runnable object to it. The runnable object which calls the constructor of a class, or the runnable object which creates a GUI, that we have to pass here. So what we can do, we can create that object anonymously inside the argument list of invoke letter. So we can simply use new runnable then the bracket open. What exactly we have done is, we have created an anonymous inner class here, and what this class does, this anonymous inner class is inheriting runnable interface. As we know about threads, to create a thread we have two ways. One by extending a thread class, another way is by implementing runnable interface. So there is a class with no name here which is inheriting runnable interface, and as it is inheriting runnable interface, that class should provide an implementation of a method, that is public void run method. Run method, it is the heart of a thread, and as we know, whenever a thread is started, run method is called. Okay, so this is this skeleton of the event dispatching thread here. Every Java GUI program should include this part, remember. So this is required in every Java GUI program to avoid complications. Without this also the program runs properly many a times. Without including Swing utilities or without creating a GUI on event dispatching thread, many a times a program runs properly, but sometimes it may give certain problems which are very difficult to debug. So it is better to create a Swing GUI on event dispatching thread. Now this is ready, only the thing is from inside the run method we have to create our GUI. So GUI is created by the constructor here, so we can call a constructor by creating an object. So we are creating an object here, first app, fa is equals to new first app. So earlier we have just created an object, now we have included a Swing utilities dot invoke letter. From inside this we are creating a object. If you look at the effect of this, there is no changes in the output result. Only the thing is the GUI will be created on a separate thread, that is event dispatching thread, and all GUI activities will be handled on a single thread, that is event dispatching thread. Whether it is events or any updates on the GUI, that will be handled on a single thread, that is event dispatching thread. Okay, let me compile this program, javac first app dot java. Okay, compiled java first app. This is an application, not applet. Okay, now you can see again the GUI is displayed along with a label. So there are no changes in the GUI, but now the GUI code is executed on event dispatching thread, and this is important in all the Swing application GUI applications. All the Swing GUI components must be created and updated from the event dispatching thread, not the main thread of the application. However, the main thread is executed on the however the main function is executed on the main thread. Thus main cannot directly instantiate Swing demo object. Main cannot directly instantiate the GUI. GUI is instantiated by creating first app here. So and that is the reason we have created a GUI here on Swing utilities class, and that is the reason we have to create a GUI on event dispatching thread and have the code of GUI executed on it. To enable the GUI code to be created on event dispatching thread, we must use one of the two methods, as I've said, defined in the Swing utilities. These methods are invoke letter and invoke and wait. In this example we have used invoke letter method. The same can also be written in a simple way. Okay, I'll show you how to do that if this code is confusing. What we can do is we can simply call Swing utilities dot invoke letter, and we can have one more separate class here. Here we have to create a new class, a thread class, which creates our GUI. So we can create it like this. Class, I'll say my thread implements runnable. I'm creating a thread by using runnable interface here. And a method that is public void run method. From inside this we can create our GUI by calling first app f is equals to new first app. Okay, like this we can create a thread and we can call our GUI. Now in the main, what we have to do is we have to just create an object of my thread first here. My thread m is equals to new my thread and we can pass it to swing utilities dot invoke. Okay, like this we can pass it. So what exactly we have done? We have done the same thing like the last time, but we have tried to simplify this, but you can see if you try to simplify it, it will simply includes more number of lines of code. So again we are using swing utilities dot invoke letter, which is used to invoke a event dispatching thread, and we are passing a thread object to it m. And what this thread object m is doing, this thread object m is simply creating our GUI by calling first app. So again the GUI is created on event dispatching thread. Okay, let me compile and show you. Compiled successfully, and you can have your GUI. Okay, so it is the same thing. So the better thing is to use the create a GUI directly by using anonymous inner class like new runnable, so that you can avoid these many lines of code. No need of these many lines of code here. I'll just directly you can include it here. We have done the same thing but by using anonymous inner class. Okay, so that's it. So hereafter all our examples will include the swing utilities dot invoke letter, and we will be creating a GUI on event dispatching thread. With this I'll stop here today. Thank you.